Hi there, and welcome to One-on-One. I'm Eric Gertis. I'm here with Peyton Engel, who's a CDW Security Technical Architect. Today we're going to be talking about security vulnerabilities and how you can address them. Peyton, most companies have a security strategy, but many aren't aware of all the factors they need to consider, like whether their strategy is proactive or reactive, or how well integrated it is into their overall IT systems. Many don't know where the gaps in their systems are or how outdated their current strategy is. To combat some of these problems, a risk assessment is a great place to start. Could you tell us a little bit about how that works?
Yeah, the basic problem that most organizations have right now is they don't know what problem they're trying to solve. They're making their spending decisions in the dark. What a risk assessment is really a way of coming in and measuring in an environment where the greatest areas of risk are, so that as you're trying to figure out where to spend your money on security, you can spend it where it gets you the most value.
So Peyton, now that we understand what a security risk assessment is, what are some of the key benefits?
Well, the big picture key benefit is more effective spending. Really, a security assessment should give you three things. The first is some information about your environment that you didn't already know, so an outsider's perspective, as it were. And then some guidance about how to fix your top problems, so advice on remediation. But then the third thing is the business justification for making those changes. So it's easy to spend money on security. What we're trying to do is help people spend it wisely, whether that's not spending on things that don't need fixing, or whether that's spending in such a way that they're reducing the cost that they're incurring due to outages or security incidents, things like that. That's the big goal, is to give a business insight into how to more effectively spend its money.
Now, in today's environment, threats are not only changing and evolving, they're becoming more advanced. What do people need to be aware of?
Well, the main thing that's interesting in this space is that a few years ago, the biggest problem was locking down the security on servers. And people have paid enough attention to that now that that's pretty well done. And so attackers are turning their attention elsewhere. And the two big interesting fronts are end-user workstations. They're just so numerous, and right now they're fairly poorly controlled. And then the other one is custom web applications. Web applications are usually made by people who are really good at writing software, but not necessarily well-trained in security. And so those applications may have some exploitable vulnerabilities in them, and they account for, I would say, the vast majority of the weaknesses that are being uncovered right now.
Now, CDW has extensive expertise in the security arena. What steps do you take to help a customer strengthen their security strategy?
So usually it begins with the local account team, folks who are out actually talking to the customers and learning about their needs. Once they hear that there are security needs, they'll engage someone like me or one of the other specialists, and what we'll do is learn a little bit about the customer, start talking to them about what their important information assets are. What are their security objectives? Is it regulatory compliance, or is it preventing virus outbreaks, or is it something else, preventing industrial espionage, for example? And once we've learned what they're trying to accomplish, the next step is to learn a little bit more about their IT ecosystem. What kinds of applications do they use? How are they using technology? And then based on that, we'll come up with a custom-tailored plan to figure out how best to measure risk in their environment.
Thank you, Peyton, for your time and expertise today. And that concludes this segment of One-on-One. Thanks for joining us. This segment of One-on-One was sponsored by Symantec.